Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I am here literally every single day of the year without fail, and I have been for almost 4 years, so I'm always here. I'm here to take your political questions out of the chat. We go through the news together, so just put your questions in the chat before I come on, and then we gather our information together, and then I read on the collective energy, see if there's any insight we can pick up on. So 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That is an ongoing thing. We have epic troll slayers who keep us safe. And we've got a great community here because of your kindness to each other, your kindness to me. Thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hello, you can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on like 1.25 speed, which I do a lot on YouTube. So hello. I do want to say it was really good to see Andre back on Linda G's channel last night. It's good to see him. So Andre, I need to send him a message or send him an email. Bless him. He lost his mother. So bless Andre, bless his family, bless his mom. So my heart absolutely goes out to Andre, and do include him in your prayers, please. Okay, so and whew, now we pick ourselves up and see what we can do. All right. Oh my goodness gracious. Cindy says I just watched them a few minutes ago. I do like watching them when they're on together. I'll be honest, there's a part of me though that the thing I like specifically about Andre is when he mentions what it is, what's happening astrologically, it's making him think whatever it is he's thinking. But he did say early on when he came onto my channel that it was nice to just talk more pure astrology and include stuff like that. Because most people, they just want to know the results. They don't want the details and I'm like, why would you not want the details? Then you can understand and you can figure stuff out on your own eventually. So anyway. So 3 minutes in, we're jumping in. Oh no, Linda H. Becca lost her mom too. Oh man. Oh, Becca from House of Lenormand. Oh, bless you, Becca. Bless your family. Bless your mom. Man, that just. I'll start by saying that if you spend enough time, I know we have a lot of new people here, and thank you for being here. If you spend enough time in the New Age community, you will hear things called chords, CORDS, and the upshot of that is that you have your chakras, your crown chakra, your third eye, your voice, basically your heart, your sense of self, etc. And when we are attached to people, there's like an energetic cord between them and you. And when that cord is suddenly broken or not there, it hurts because suddenly this source of energy and love and connection is gone, and it's like there's a hole where it was, and it takes time for that to heal, if it ever does. And our links to our mothers, our links to the people we grew up with, the people we love the most, the links with if you have children, if you have whatever it is, they are deep. And we, in a sense, for the strongest chords between people, these links, you almost make space. It's like it's like you almost have a limited amount of space, or actually what you have is a limited amount of energy, but you almost make extra space for that chord and a little less for some other chords because that one is so important to you. So Janelle Espinoza says no one gets over losing their mother. It's a tough one. Oh, I believe it. I kind of 100% believe it. So, but if anybody is out of your life suddenly, especially your mother or someone, but anyone you are really close to, your best friend, your best friend of decades, whoever it is, and it almost feels like there's a pain in your chest, but it's not like your heart is actually over here, but it feels like it's right there, and there's like pain. That's because that cord has been basically ripped out. So putting your hand there and trying to bring down, one of the things I do daily is I spend time just imagining just bringing down divine light through my crown chakra and just trying to bring down as much positive energy into my aura, my energy field as possible. And just picture that until I'm just full. My whole field is full of that positive energy so that it can then flow out into the world. It like overflows from me and out into the world. And I do that every day. I do that. Which is interesting because I had a healing by Sienna Rose, who does amazing work. And she was saying, I can tell, she's like, I can tell that you do that because like the gunk, because you get gunk in your aura. You just do. She said, it's all like down by your feet or underneath your feet. That's good then. But we also have smaller chakras in our hands. And that's why, laying on of hands, we can send energy down through our arms, through these chakras into someone who's ill, someone who's hurting, or even ourselves. It can be worth spending some time also just trying to put positive energy focus positive energy into your different chakras. So for what it's worth, over time, it can be helpful if you've had a sudden loss. I'm not saying it makes everything just peachy, but if you've had a sudden loss, your marriage suddenly broke up, whatever it is, spend some time with your hand over this chakra right here where your breastbone is, and spend some time sending positive energy into that chakra to heal the broken bonds there, to heal the whole chakra, to fill the holes in the chakra. So Bernadette Smith says, that's what I would do when I was a massage therapist, lots of energy work. Oh, I believe it. That's really nice, Cindy. So, like I said, it doesn't solve everything, but it can be very healing to take time every day to not only bring down positive energy so that it can overflow from you and into the world, but also to spend some time, especially if you're going through a lot of anxiety or you've gone through a loss or whatever, to spend time focusing positive energy into your chakras. And just so you know, your chakras actually go out the back as well. You have this core line running through the center of your body down to your root chakra here. And then you've got your chakras, but you actually have, they go both ways. They go through, there's one in the front and there's one in the back. They're like I don't know, like a ladder with just a central pole. You seen those weird ladders you get every once in a while where you get the rungs, but there's just one central pole? It's kind of like that. So although it's not too bad if you want to, do this. It's when you're trying to get the that gets a little hard. This is easier. This isn't so bad. This isn't so bad. And then at the end, I put one hand there and one hand on my root chakra to send energy up and down that core line. So, oh, thank you, Allison. Thank you for being here. All right. Kitty Holler, what about fear, which I have? It's a healing energy. It just helps. It helps your mind. Even just talking about this and having done what little I just did, my energy, I just feel better. So, oh, somebody's got a timer on downstairs. I might have to go to inform everybody downstairs that there's a timer going off. Yeah. All right, hang on just a second. As you know, as long-time viewers know, I live with my older parents, and so I need to help sometimes. So it'll be just 1 second, and you've got these kitties, and I'll leave you with the other kitties for just a second. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I apologize. All right, so all right, so we shall jump into the questions. Bless you. Oh, I'm glad you like the kitties, Lois. They are sweet. I've never put my cats in an outfit, and I never will. They hate that. I've never had a cat who would put up with that for 2 seconds flat. Thank you, Betty. Oh, thank you, Music Mansion. All right, so at 13:45, let's jump into the first question. Now, this, oh boy. Did you hear about the Missouri Republican Caucus on this Saturday? Yeah. Trump supporters at the Missouri Republican Caucus on Saturday, well, let's put it this way. They asked Nikki Haley supporters to line up in the middle of the auditorium. And then the Haley supporters were surrounded and screamed at and yelled at from all sides by the Trump supporters. Because, of course, they were. So, they were booed and screamed at by the Trump supporters. Another attendee noted that Haley supporters were told to line up 2 by 2 in the middle of the floor of the gym, while Trump supporters, who are also our neighbors, booed at Nikki's candidacy Will the GOP itself make it to November, or will it tear itself apart? Man, oh day. Sharon Rice, exactly. How very Christian of them. There's no, is there anything I need to say about how vile this is? John France says, but we can be sure that Nikki will endorse Trump. Probably. Yeah, Louis Travalis, I agree. There are no words. Yeah. It's your party. It's going to get worse. The bullying is going to get worse. They're following a loser. The MAGA people are following a loser. He lost in 2020. He lost in 2021. He lost in 2022. If you're including the other people he was endorsing and pushing for and all of that, he lost in 2023. He just keeps losing. He lost in 2018, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, and he's going to lose in 2024. And they know that. So the extremists, they're actually, if you're running a mob, you've got some panic. I mean, I realize part of Trump's appeal is that he allowed these people to vent their id in a way that nobody should know. We're part of civilization. If you want to vent your id like that, go live in a tree. Go return to the tree you were raised in. I've got a death card in the middle, which is most likely just symbolic, because I've got a Queen of Wands, which is all these you Republicans who aren't Trump supporters, you need to get with the program. And we will bully you and hem you in to try to make sure you do. Say, I'm not, this is a death card in the middle, but there's the other cards, the cards here, they're not violent. They're not major arcana, they're not violent. So I think this is just the real death of the kind of Reagan Republicans, that party. So it's going to get worse with them attacking each other. Weezy Squeezebox says trees have nice energy. I know. But we shouldn't live in them unless it's a lovely architectural marvel. Lewis, I agree. Death or decency. Yeah, it's when you appeal to people's lower natures. That's what you get. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. That's that. Anyway, Kitty Holler says, what is so sad? What is so sad? Okay, there's a question mark in the middle. Okay, what is so sad is that they're raising their kids to act like this. Yes. But then we go on to, actually, this is 1345. I thought I refreshed this. I thought I had moved this question down. Hang on. Let me refresh this page. No, yeah, just reload. Do it. Asby Third Eye says, now I'm hearing Peter Gabriel shock the monkey stuck in my head. Gee, thanks. That's a fun song. I liked that. And because we talk about all the serious stuff, but we also try to then we go down into the muck and then we raise ourselves up, and so that's where you get the cute overlays, or we talk about other stuff and then we dive down back into the muck. As I'm refreshing my page here, yeah, I did have the wrong one. Here we go. This is better. I will say I'm reading this book. Well, not reading, rereading. I've had this book forever, but there's this Astrology for the Millions by Grant Louie. It's a good book. It's got that funny, it's almost like semi-padded kind of hardcover effect. But this thing was originally written in 19. Yeah, you can see I've read it a little bit over the years. Oh, thank you, Charles. Thank you. Thank you. You can. This book was originally written in 1940, and then it was redone and added to later. And sometimes, decades later, I guess, because I think this copy itself is from the 80s. No, 78. This particular copy is from 78. And in flipping through here, you've got a lot of stuff about Hitler from people who very much lived through the war, which is interesting. But it's you mentioned Peter Gabriel. It just reminded me that also in here, when's the last time you, I know astrologers, they use famous people as examples. But when's the last time you were flipping through you were reading through an astrology book and you ended up reading about Brian Ferry? It's like, oh, okay. Avalon. Yeah. I loved his album Boys and Girls. Fantastic. Brian Ferry. Oh, yeah. Windswept and Slave to Love. Fantastic. Yeah, David Meinert, Love is a Drug. Yes, yes. Anyway, see, we get our energy back up, and now we can go back down into the muck, and then we'll come back up again. All right, at 22:25. 22:25. Reading that book with where he's talking about Hitler and things Hitler did, there are details in there of things that we don't really think about anymore because we kind of get an overview, almost like a summary of what happened. But to people who are living through it, I imagine in the future that's what it's going to be with Trump. People will have this overview idea, but we're the ones who actually lived with the day to the day to the day. All the boundaries he crossed, all of the there are a lot of details there, but we made it through. Actually, we've made it past both of these jerks in power, putting it mildly. So, T. Clover, I love that. My friend used to have a tribute band called Proxy Music. I love that. Proxy Music. That is awesome. Oh, thank you, Robert. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. It's Proxy Music. I'm sorry, that killed me. Let's say 24. All right. Trump has a math problem. Just one. Apparently, Trump has a, quote, basically heck of a math problem, unquote. While he is winning over Nikki Haley, it's becoming clear that at least 30% of Republicans will never again vote for Trump. You wouldn't know that if you watch CNN, which I did briefly this morning. CNN, really? At least Fox News is just, it's sitting on, it's like right there. We support Donald Trump. We support the far right. CNN, they're pretending. And they had people on and someone was speaking, saying this is what Joe Biden's done, this is what he's accomplished, versus what Donald Trump has, the heinous stuff he's done. And they were like, oh no, but we have this new poll that says that only 18% of voters say that Biden has done anything that personally has helped them in their life. And Biden has huge problems. And the polls and the Democrat there was saying, well, these are the same polls that said there was going to be this massive red wave, and there wasn't. So CNN, not only do I think that you're not even doing a both-siderism type thing, you're just the man. You realize, okay, CNN, hi. Just want to mention this. You realize that Donald Trump, the man you're saying, making it equivalent, or somehow you're saying, you're allowing people on who say he's better than Biden. Donald Trump is an adjudicated R word. I try not to say that word on this channel because it triggers some people. But I don't want to hurt anybody. But you know that a jury found that he attacked a woman. You know that, right? Jury. And it wasn't just all leftist leaning, whatever. There were people on that jury who identified as being conservative, as leaning toward Trump. So you're still going to have these people on that talk about, gosh, Biden's too old. Way to insult every woman who's been stalked, who's been attacked, who's been, and then then these are the people who are allowing women to die because they can't get medical care they need. Mothers who have many other children. But you want to both-siderism this? And you wonder why your ratings are struggling. Why don't you just take a step into reality? Just a thought. Just a little step. Just a little step into what's really going on. I mean, Walter Cronkite, at least as far as I remember, Walter Cronkite was not a raging liberal, is how I remember it. What would he have said about if it was the nightly news with Walter Cronkite? It's 5:30 p.m. and Walter Cronkite has come on in the news. What would he have to say about Joe Biden and Donald Trump? Since you're going to try to pretend you're in the middle, why not actually be in the middle? Because MAGA and Trump are nowhere near the middle. Not even a little. Think about it. Okay. So, while Trump is winning over Haley, it's becoming clear at least 30% of Republicans will never again vote for him. While that won't hurt him in getting the nomination, it will hurt him in November, because those voters are either not going to vote or they're going to vote for Biden. Has he realized this? Deb Hope says Walter Cronkite wouldn't have editorialized. There we go. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, also, small note. Hey, SNL, your cold open was pathetic. You really devoted, with everything that's hanging in the balance, you devoted an entire cold open to Biden is old. Really? Women are dying. Women are dying. And what the jury found that Trump did, and the hundreds of millions of dollars in fines for fraud. Whole cold open, really. Really. Queen of Cups. Yeah, women voters. Terry Stellar says that's horrible of SNL. Yeah, the whole thing. I was like, I started fast forwarding through it. I was like, tell me this. They to pivot at some point. No, the whole thing. Republicans. Okay, Republicans looking for home, looking for a reasonable party. Democrats. Joe Biden he's not some kind of extremist. I think moderate Republicans can even see that Joe Biden's not an extremist. And on the right, they're ganging up on people and what have you, but they're the ones who are they're trying to stir things up for their guy. But so what I'm getting over here is a lot of noise. A lot of noise that doesn't sound and fury signifying nothing. So, all right, so has he realized this yet? Hey, Dumpy. Oh, Mr. Narcissism himself. Have you realized? Yeah, he's feeling burdened. He is panicked. And in 2024, November 2024, he's going to lose. If he's on the ballot, he's going to lose. We're going to go out and vote, and we're going to rain on his parade. There we go. Anne says, a tale told by an idiot. That describes Trump to a T. All right. At 33 minutes in. Okay, I actually spent time this morning. It's not good. It's in the earliest stages, but I was actually just starting to gather information to try to create a graphic to try to kind of explain what's going on with the whole nope, that's the astrology stuff. Oh, it was in the overlays. That's why. Yeah, because I was working on the overlays. And down here, it's up here. Right here, I had started trying to grab information because, ignore the, hang on, let me turn this up here and get rid of that. Ignore this thing in black. This is just text. When you click on text in Canva, it gives you options, things you can. But anyway, I actually went in here. I had just started, and I was trying to dig through and piece together information about this whole, because the people who co-founded Trump Media co-founders sue the company alleging a scheme to dilute shares. Basically, Trump got 90% of the shares with this, and then once this whole Truth Social merger thing happens, they say he could make billions. I don't get him making billions because he can't actually sell those shares for 6 months. And by that point, I think the whole thing's going to tank. But I was trying to create a graphic. I will keep working on it to explain what happened. The long delayed merger of Trump Media Technology Group, who owns Truth Social, to merge with Digital World Acquisition and become a publicly traded company. Okay, so the key things here, March 22nd, there's going to be a shareholder vote on whether to go ahead with the merger. We'll keep an eye on that. And on Tuesday, Digital World and Trump Media sued Digital World's former chief executive and its sponsor about possibly blocking the merger, and the co-founders of Truth Social, their partnership called United Atlantic Ventures, they took Trump got 90% of the shares, they took 8.6% of the shares, and basically Trump's trying to take more money for himself. Surprise! What, you can't trust Trump? I'm shocked. Shocked, I tell you. So I'll work on this to try to make it clearer. Actually, considering that's not clear at all. I just went over there because I knew I had the information. Who says I'm shocked? I know, right? So anyway, the upshot is that there are two people who were on The Apprentice who are now suing Trump, even though they helped him set up the whole Truth Social whatever. Now, there are legal people who are saying, I don't know, specific legal people saying they actually have a pretty good case. So that's what I want to look at. Deborah Johnson says he wanted one of them to give his shares to Melania. Really? Oh, jeez. I was still trying to wrap my head around, okay, this is that, and their partnership has its own company in that. I'm trying to piece it all together. Thank you. So how's it going to go for Trump? Because apparently there's legal people online are saying that the guys suing Trump have a good case, but well, now we know that Trump stuff, the whole Trump everything. This is the dynasty card. The Trump name, the Trump dynasty. Temperance. There are laws in place. He can't ride roughshod over this as much as he wants to, but he'll try. But it's not going to go well for him. And this is a merchant with all the stuff. But this is on the other side. This is not on Trump's side. These are cups. And the card for the reading are cups as well. Six of Cups. This is nostalgia, this goes back to this temperance card, which is the SEC has laws. And these people are taking Trump to court. And I do not pick up on Trump getting $3 billion, $3.5 billion. I just don't get it. Sandy Miller, yes. Trump, mine. Yeah. Lady Eva, yes. Full social. Sounds about right. Oh, Mary Smith said that. Yes, Mary Smith. I like that. Full social. You should start calling it that. Mm-hmm. Charles is saying good thing they are suing him. That way he won't have the cash to settle lawsuits. Then the possession of his properties by the state of New York can begin. Well, this might take a while, is my concern. Yes. CC Ryder, fun fact, the two co-founders suing Trump were on The Apprentice. Yes. So how's this whole merger thingy, Truth Socially thing going to go for you, Dumpy? Again, starting with the dynasty. The dynasty. he could get $3.5 billion if you read the articles. And I keep getting cards like this. It's a platform where the far right can go and vent their spleens. Most people don't want to go there. They really don't. And these are decisions made, legal decisions made. This hurts Trump because the truth always hurts Trump. I like that, David Miner. How's this going to go? Away. Pat Lyle says, I voted last Thursday. Sad to say I was the only voter in the building. Well, maybe just at that time. But thank you for voting. Thank you. Thank you for voting. So, do these look like the cards of a man who's going to get $3.5 billion? This is what I regularly get for this whole merger thing. Yeah, no. John France says, I smell a new set of NFTs. Oh, I hope not. I imagine they're stinky. I agree, Kelly. I'm so glad President Biden's leading our country. Yes. $3 billion. Bernadette Smith says, in fines, maybe. All right. So that's what's going on with that. Trump is essentially trying to issue more stocks to profit him, which would devalue the stocks of the other shareholders, blah, blah, blah. And while some definitely say it's definitely a civil suit, some are saying it might be criminal, maybe not. It's a mess. It's not going to really help him. Okay, that's what I get. So I had 4 people asking about this next question at 4210. 4210. Cosmic Goat Lady, Goral Iverson, Bernadette Smith, and Pat Lyle were all asking about Trump's Virginia speech. And yes, I did go and look at the Midas Touch video about Trump's Virginia speech. Trump's Virginia speech was a disaster. Is this an issue of inebriation or something else? Here's my take on this. And I've said variations of this for quite a while. Number one, I do not read on if this man will be unalive sometime this year. I don't read on. I'm not putting that out there, and I'm not getting that energy. I also I don't read on does Trump have some form of dementia, for a simple reason. What if he does? But what if it's that much? All that matters to me is he still competent to stand trial? That's all I care about. And from what I see, as exhausted and hopped up on who knows what, entertainment only YouTube, B vitamins, hopped up on B vitamins. We'll put it that way. No matter what it is. If he can still be held responsible for his actions in a court of law, that's all I care about. So the speech, it was a disaster. He slurred his words. I cannot stand that part of his speeches toward the end where he starts putting on the woe is me music. Oh, the country is failing. As he's talking about, and he does this for all these guys swear up and down about alpha manly men. They're like, and then it doesn't work, and everything's broken, and it's like, oh my gosh, who can listen to this? So anyway, that's the part that bugs me. I can't sit. That's the part I cannot. When the music starts. Ugh. But he is exhausted. Yes, yes. Goral's asking, did you hear you have a new country, United Stages? Yes, I heard that. I heard that. Yes, Raymond to Pascal, Trump victimization plus. Yeah. Yes, Sharon Rice, Karpman's handy dandy drama triangle. Amaze your friends. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to the community page. Click on the thing that says black and orange, and then across the top will be community page, and just scroll down until you see a graphic. Karpman's handy dandy drama triangle, and there should be a link there to where I explain it, or the live stream where I explain it. Anyway, he's traveling around. To some extent, being in court might actually, depending on what's going on, that might be better for him because he gets to sit down and travel less. Did you hear Trump in during the Cannon hearing on Friday? He closed his eyes for parts of it. He just sat there and just like he was sleeping because he was in there with Cannon and he knows Cannon's on his side. He knows he's in major trouble. Financially, it's a disaster. There's more coming against him. He's trying to pull things together. I don't have a card here of the Seven of Cups is usually the card of either madness or it's illusions. It's illusions or delusions caused by any number of things. So, oh, thank you, lucky girl. Thank you. Tam322 says he took a nap. It's what it looks like. Surprised he didn't start snoring. Joanne Frank says Linda G says in his past life she was his daughter. Really? Oh, I've never heard that. So there's not much here. This is him just going about his blather and garbage. Do I think he is always as sober as the day is long? No, I don't. That's my opinion. But do I think he is perfectly capable of standing trial? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I believe he is perfectly capable of being held accountable for his actions. So, okay. Do put your questions in the chat just before I come on, please. I've got 16 questions today, and I'm not going to get to all of them, but I do roll over questions I haven't done. I roll them over to the next day. So sometimes one or two might fall through the gap. I do apologize for that, but on the whole. All right, so at 48:30, Gailey had a question. 48:30. All right, this is a more general. Will Trump's health inhibit him from completing his run for the presidency? Fair enough. Let's have a look. Thank you for being here. Thank you for going through the news with me. See, I'm kind of a news junkie in that I love to know what's going on, especially in politics. But yeah, it can get really icky. It's so much better when you can go through the news with your friends. All right, especially because some of you are really funny. All right, Trump's health. Oh, dumpy. We know you got some nasty astrology coming up this early summer. I think it was said. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Oh, thank you so very much for all of the research and investigating you do. I have found several readers do not know the subject at all that they're reading on. Some readers like that. They say they like reading cold. I don't. I do not at all. I want as much information, see what's clear, where there are gaps, and then read on the collective energy, see if we can get some insight. But all right. So will his health stop him from, how was it worded exactly? Will Trump's health inhibit him from completing his run for the presidency? It's not great. But I don't have like death card. I don't have anything like that. Yes, and that's true, Moonchild, and we do also share the good and joyful news. So there's that. Exactly. So his health, come on. I mean, we know his insides look like the grease trap at a fast food restaurant. We know that. Let's say he's liked to party in his life. He's under a fair amount of stress, most of it of his own making. Thank you, Laura. Thank you. I would argue all of it of his own making, personally. But maybe he has to suspend something for a little while to get looked at. But this is not the Tower, the Death card, 10 of Swords. So that's what I get. Oh no, his only option at this point is to try to win the presidency. I mean, if he gives up, no matter what, he can't give up, because it's his only chance he sees to stay out of prison or the equivalent. So Giovanna says he could not just be a good little former president and go color or something. I know, right? Kelly Ramsey. Oh, you're a Scorpio moon? Awesome. Lewis says, but he's 6'1" and 215 pounds. I thought he was 6'2", 6'3". Wasn't that it? He was 6'3" or something. 215 pounds. And I'm with you. We don't want anything to happen to him. We just want him held legally. We want him held accountable. Simple. So at 53:10, next was Michelle L. had a question all the way from Australia. 53 from the future. Will Cannon, Judge Cannon, Loose Cannon, agree to call a halt to the top secret documents case until the Supreme Court rules on the immunity issue? Well, she's already said that Jack Smith wanted the case to start in July, and she said, no, that's too soon. Trump's people say they want it to start in August, but it's not going to start in August. If they said it in August, she'll just come up with some other reason to delay stuff. She's trying to block the calendar for other cases. So is she going to call a halt to the case until the Supreme Court rules on the immunity issue? I wouldn't think so. She will keep August on the books because chances are that the Supreme Court, we know they're going to hear arguments on April 22nd. Is that the right date? Correct me if I'm wrong. And then they could wait until the end of their term in June to actually come out with their ruling. So then then Cannon, she doesn't have to do anything. She can just put that August date in there, block other cases from going forward, and it isn't an issue. CC Ryder says there's no reason to wait on the Supreme Court for immunity because the documents case are for acts committed by Trump after he left office. He was a private citizen. I know that. And you know that. But he will argue that even a former president is still has presidential whatever. I know that's garbage. You know that's garbage. The appeals court knows that's garbage. But here we are. So really, it's is canon going to get in the way? I think is really the question here. Yes, Lewis, the Supremes need to stop in the name of love. Before you break the country. Okay. All right, is canon going to get in the way? Or is she going to get nudged? Is she going to get elbowed out of the way? She's absolutely standing right there trying to get in the way. That was good. Although I have to say, I'm still enjoying Brian Ferry in the back of my head. Very nice. Slave to Love. The video version. The album version has a weird noise in the background. No. You need the video version of Slave to Love by Brian Ferry. That's what you need. All right. Games. Just whatever she can do. What do I need to do to throw a wrench in the works? Do I need to suspend stuff? Do I need to pretend that stuff will go forward? Do we need to, when in danger or in doubt, run in circles, scream and shout? I mean, what Cannon's like, what do you need me to do, Trump? She's already got a plan. We knew that going into this. Jack Smith and his people trying to save our democracy, which will be fine, by the way. We're not going to lose our democracy. We just want to hold Trump accountable. And without her, he would be toast. He would be burnt toast. He would be a briquette. Adding insult to injury and the sun. Oh, okay. So it seems to get Jack Smith is already walking into a situation that wasn't fair. And it just gets darker and darker and she's in the way. But then suddenly I've got a sun card. Like suddenly the sun comes out. We enter an area where there's sun in the sky, illuminating. So does that mean that she is ineffective? Or does that mean that she gets elbowed out of the way by her bosses, out of this case? Judgment. In her case, a lack thereof, but that does feel sort of 11th Circuit courtish. Her bosses, technically. As twere. Jack Smith has a great case. They're still trying to kick parts of it down, but Trump doesn't have a leg to stand on. If this case was remotely fair, he'd be, like I said, a briquette. There's strength in the world, but this world would be done, completion, end of book, end of chapter, moving on to something different. Something you can't go back. And with the strength card, she's there, and it feels like she's in the way. It's almost like it ramps up her power, and then she's gone too far. So CC Ryder says, I'm still trying to find out if the 11th Circuit can intervene and remove her without a formal recusal request from Jack. Wish they would. She's still making boneheaded rulings. So, throw more cards in, just to see. All right. And says, you keep saying briquette. Makes me want to grill something. Well, maybe you should. Jack Smith is not done. If you are concerned that Trump should, by all rights, would lose this case in a fair trial, and she just seems like she cannot be moved, do not. The card in the center, it's usually the card in the center that it's particularly powerful. Do not discount Jack Smith because he's not going to take this lying down. I just wish he could move along. But no, anyone who's thinking he's just ineffectual or weak or not going to do what he needs to do, that's not what I get. So he might, I don't know exactly what he's waiting for, but he's do not just be like, don't just throw up your hands and be like, oh, and again, Trump gets away with everything. No, Jack Smith is not playing. He's not playing. But anyway, we can look at that maybe tomorrow or some other time. Just throw your questions in the chat before I come on. All right, the questions I didn't get to today, I have been on for an hour. So the questions I didn't get to today, I will be back tomorrow. I'm literally here every day. I am with me and my cat pictures. But no, I'm here every day. So we can go through the news together. It is 1:19 here in Chicago. And yeah, 3:00, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel doing creative work there. You are always welcome to join. And other than that, yeah, it's a quiet Sunday. Petty Boots should be tonight. Lucky Girl, you're still here. What anybody know what channel, which of the 3 channels Petty Boots Club will be on tonight? It's 7 Central Time. Thank you, Louis. Thank you. Anyway, so I'll be listening in at Petty Boots this evening. But other than that, I'll be right back here tomorrow, same cat time, same cat channel. And thank you. Jen Lynn's channel. Thank you. All right, so Jen Lynn Tarot, two N's and 2 N's. JENNLYNN. Jen Lynn Tarot. So thank you. Thank you, Lucky Girl. All right, so I'll be listening in with you this evening, and also I will be right back here tomorrow. Please remember you're not alone. Please remember you're not alone. We're in this together, and there are good days ahead. I know sometimes it seems like there aren't, but there are. There are some good days ahead. All right, hang in there, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow.